Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me or spent your formative years hanging out or getting dragged to the mall by your parents or parental units, then you've come to the right channel. Have you ever gone into your childhood, teenage, or current mall and wondered, wasn't there a store or restaurant there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and take a deep dive into this mall's history of yesteryear. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video and take my mall survey. I want to see if you, the viewer, were paying attention to my video. So hit that like button, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Thanks. The 800,000 square foot shopping center on the corner of 76th Street and Brown Deer Road sits just 10 minutes from River Hills, one of Milwaukee's more affluent suburbs. The grand opening occurred on August 2nd, 1972. It was 2 years after its sister mall, the Northridge Mall, opened in 1970. The mall was financed and owned by Senator Herb Kohl and part of the Taubman Centers. The Kohl family, Max Kohl, who was head of the Kohl's food store chain, along with his sons, Herbert, Alan, and Sidney, had announced plans for a $50 million shopping center on July 14, 1965. The Northridge Mall was co-developed with the nearby Northridge Lakes development, a residential development consisting of a mix of inventive multifamily residents, in concert with the planned Northern Beltline Freeway, which would have connected the area to the rest of the Milwaukee area. The pioneering mall was planned and designed as a regional center, consisting of 2 levels with 4 anchors: J.C. Penney, Sears, the Boston store, and Gimbel's, along with a United Artists Theater triplex, which would eventually expand to 6 screens, and there was also a Farrell's ice cream parlor and restaurant. A long line snaked through Gimbel's, where 7,500 free roses were given away, and another line formed at Tiffany's near Sears for free bread. On that day, 51 stores opened in the $50 million mall, with a total of 130 stores expected to be operating in the following months, employing a total of more than 4,000 workers, many of those who were due to open around October 1st, although some were expected to be a little bit later. 3 movie theaters also opened later. On day 1, it was noted that some of the businesses believed that it marked the first time in U.S. retail history that 4 major department stores opened simultaneously. The Northridge Shopping Center had comfortable seating throughout the mall, something new in the Milwaukee retail. The 20-foot tall bronze and polished stainless steel sculpture called the Fountain of Illusion, designed by UC Berkeley sculpture professor and internationally known sculptor Harold Paris, was reported to be quieter than Southridge's mall sculpture. The mall declined within a decade after, as the freeway revolts of the 1970s ended up canceling the North Freeway intended to complete the Milwaukee Beltline, leaving those intending to go to Northridge on miles of the surface street Brown Deer Road from Interstate 43 and US 41-45 to access the mall. Other closer shopping options had been developed in the ensuing decades, along with the completed freeways in formerly rural areas. And the Brown Deer Strip in each direction from the mall had developed a number of desperate and cluttered retail developments with very little continuity or theming. In May of 1986, Gimbel's closed after the company went bankrupt and went out of business. In 1987, Marshall Field's opened in the former Gimbel's location as part of their acquisition of the 5 former Gimbel's stores. The next year, in 1988, Marshall Field's closed and sold their store to H.C. Prange's company. In 1988, the mall was renovated over a 7-month period. In August of 1990, Prange's Northridge store was part of the store's $6 million remodeling project. Even though a variety of factors contributed to Northridge's demise, the one many people remember was the murder with a racially motivated alibi. Jesse Anderson, who was white, brutally killed his wife in 1992, but claimed two black men attacked them and while they dined at the TGI Fridays next to the mall. Many shoppers decided it was safer to travel to Bayshore, Mayfair Mall, or Brookfield Square. If you went to the mall, you may have remembered things remembered: Mrs. Field's Cookies, Farrell's, Lerner's New York, Naturalizer, One Potato Two, Out Aladdin's Castle, McDonald's, The Gap, 1812 Overture, Woolworth, Merry-Go-Round, Casual Corner, Fredericks of Hollywood, Sbarro's Pizza, Deb, and Nature of Things, just to name a few. In 1992, H.C. Prenge's closed and reopened as Yonkers. In April of 1994, Olympic speed skater Bonnie Blair appeared at the autograph party at the Northridge Shopping Center. In 1999, Yonkers closed. By 1999, the property was bought by a Pittsburgh real estate trust with plans to re-merchandise the struggling shopping center. Northridge sold at a deep discount due to its 50% vacancy rate. The appraised value of the mall had plummeted to less than $30 million. In June of 2000, the JCPenney at Northridge Mall closed. The store, which had been the mall anchor since 1974, was closed following a restructuring plan by the company due to poor sales. Crimes around the general area also increased to a smaller extent, but alarmism of those crimes in what was a suburban area in the local media, along with the lingering effects of the Anderson case, despite its resolution, decreased the mall's clientele, as suburban shoppers chose other options with easy freeway access, such as the Mayfair, Brookfield Square, and the newly developed Power Center shopping options. The final blow to the mall was in the early 2000s recession, which saw a number of tenants pull out after their lease expirations, and the mall's owner unable to find new ones outside of the local small businesses. In early 2003, Sears closed, coinciding with the official closure of the entire mall in March of that year. The Boston store at Northridge Mall closed in March of 2003, marked the end of the last operating retailer in the mall. The mall would eventually close in 2003. While the store closed in 2003, a portion of the property was later occupied by Value City Furniture until March of 2009, and the building structure itself was not demolished until 2024. The site of the former Sears store was later redeveloped and is now occupied by a Menards home improvement store. The Sears store at the West End was torn down in 2004 and replaced with a Menards and a Value Village occupied the former Boston store until 2013, before that part of the mall was sold to Penzeys. Penzeys transferred its portion of the mall, which it never occupied, to the city of Milwaukee in 2017. In 2009, Northridge was purchased for $6 million by a Chinese investment group called the Tord Group. It would later be purchased due to a foreclosure. The Northridge Lakes development also ran into complexities involving the local real estate market, which preferred single-family detached homes over apartment developments, forcing its ownership to lower the rents and take in more traditional apartment clientele than the high-end market it intended to market to. By September of 2025, Northridge Mall had been completely demolished. The demolition of the Northridge Mall was completed in September of 2025, and the 58 acres of land the mall occupied remains vacant. As of 2026, affordable housing is planned to be built on the site and is currently under development. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over.
When I find you. Pop quiz, hotshot. This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks. So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer was 7, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your memories of this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Add your name to the mall directory. Thanks.